Oh, hello everyone. It's, I always say this to get a bit broad saying it now, but it's 26Bond from the UK. How are you all? It's Rob. Having a Diet Coke. It was my birthday. When was it? Oh, last Sunday. So I was going to thank everyone that sent me gifts, but since nobody did, I'm not going to. But I've got a really heavy, thrashy album to show you first. Wrathchild, Nuclear Rocket on purple vinyl. This is heavy shit. I mean, look at that. Look at the purpleness of that evil album. Matter of fact, actually, it's a 45 RPM single from FM Revolver, which is a good old UK label. There you go. Look at that. Look at those jokers. Wrathchild. Now that is what you call death metal classics. Actually, that was just a stupid record to show you. I don't actually listen to that stuff much. What I'm going to do today is talk about records, strangely. God. What I'm going to do today is talk about washing up and how to change an oil filter on a car. That isn't the case. I'm going to show you some classic stuff like this. So this is another heavy death metal, thrash metal, black metal video for you of some more bits from my collection. So what we're going to do, this one I just received this morning. So let's talk about it, because it's cool, but it's also a bit shit as well. This is the Cogumelo Brazilian first press of Sepultura's Morbid Visions. And you're probably thinking, why has Rob said that this is a bit shit? How can it be? This is cult as it gets. Well, it would be if it was in the condition that was advertised on eBay. As you can see, now I've done some research. It's got some scribble over three of the members: Max, Paolo on the bass, and Igor Cavalier on drums. Now, I think if you look very closely at the, it's done on marker, but if you look very closely against the light, you can see that somebody has signed it in biro. So I think I've done some research, looked at these signatures online. These could be proper signatures done with a biro, but some bloody idiot has drawn over them, making it look shite with magic marker pen or Sharpie to make them look better, the signatures better, instead of just leaving them as they should be. So who knows? That's what I think anyway. It could be some kid messing about and trying to fool me. But this one was advertised as having a few marks on it and things like that. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. This is the inner. This is the inner insert sheet. It's nice photographs of the band and the lyrics there. They did re-release this on Roadrunner in the early 90s with the Bestial Devastations EP on like side 2. This is the original Cogumelo Records version, which is quite hard to find, which is why I bought it. I knew it was a bit damaged, this record, but I didn't really realise how much. You see the ring wear on it, and the spines are all buggered up, and it wasn't advertised like that. In fact, when the picture was shown, he had it sort of like that, if you know what I mean. So it's like half shown the cover, so it was a bit crafty. I shouldn't have bought it, but I've not played it yet. I'm quite familiar with this material. It's very, very raucous, death thrash, black, sort of tinged metal. Very influenced by Celtic Frost, Hellhammer, Venom, Sarcophago, their country mates. So yeah, that arrived today, and I've, to be honest with you, because it's not as described, I have put a bit of a claim in on that one. I'm happy to keep it, but I'm not happy of the price I paid for it. I don't mind people sending me things which aren't A1 condition, as long as they tell me they're not A1 condition. So that's Morbid Visions. Managed to pick up, now I had this on picture disc and I didn't really get on with it. I actually had this on original press as well. This is another one. This is another very good condition. I'd say this is a very good plus, excellent minus condition copy of Cradle of Filth's debut album on Cacophonous Records. The Principle of Evil Made Flesh! There you go. So, have a guess. One of those guys on the back is a regional manager for Homebase. Can you tell who it is? One in the middle? But this is actually, now I've got the vinyl edition and not the picture disc, and you can just sit down and play it and read the lyrics and you get back into it. It's actually really good. It's probably my favourite Cradle of Filth release. I used to write to Cradle of Filth when they were a demo band. I think I got Invoking the Unclean or Total Fucking Darkness demo signed by the band, and I used to correspond with them a little bit like Matt Bass did as well, or still does in some cases with a lot of the bands he was in touch with back then. So there you go, regional manager of Homebase. But it actually comes with a lyric insert, and there you go. They're posing by a rather solemn looking angel there. But there you go, it's got some credits that side and the lyrics that side. So released in '94, like I say, on Cacophonous Records. This is the first press. This is quite hard to come by, but I managed to get this for about £22-23 via eBay, so I was quite pleased with that. Quite pleased. This is probably the only thing I'll own on these guys. I'm not over keen on the later stuff. It's a little bit I think they went off the boil a bit. This is very good though. I recommend you trying to pick up a copy of that. So there you go, a bit of Cradle of Filth. It was my birthday, as I say, on Sunday, and my wife got me a couple of nice things, which I'll show you. She got me, this one was from the kids. So I said, kids, what have you got me for my birthday? They go, oh, we've got you Bathory, Under the Sign of the Black Mark. There's good parenting there. This is a reissue on Black Mark Records. I do have an original copy of this, but it's a bit scratchy, so I thought, well, you know, there you go, on black vinyl this one. I think they did release it on, gosh, that's staticky, that is, cripes, barely get that out of the sleeve. They did release it, I think, on gold. A lot of the Bathory vinyl reissues were limited numbered on gold vinyl. This is a standard one, which I'm happy about, and it's got a single-sided insert sheet as well with all the lyrics, a little bit like the same design which is in the original Under One Flag original release. So there you go, with Elizabeth Bathory herself, who used to bathe in the blood of children to try and keep her complexion clean, but not her conscience, kids. So there was that, which I was happy with. The wife got me this. You know, most blokes have a bird bath, or some blokes might have some tools. I got Bolt Thrower's Mercenary. Look at that. This is a Metal Blade reissue, because the first press one I don't have enough cojones to own, because it costs a lot of money now. There you go, it's an inner sleeve, it's a gatefold record, which is all very nice, with all the lyrics, and it's on standard sort of black vinyl as well. There you go, back in its box. So there you go. I've not played this one yet, but I love Bolt Thrower, so once I get a chance to give that a spin, I will look forward to doing that. There you go, bit of Bolt Thrower. The last thing what my wife got me was a bit of Mayhem, Death Crush. As you can probably tell by the colour of the red, it's not an original. My wife is a bit of a cheapskate. The original one was only released, I think, in about 1,000 copies, and it was more pink. That's the back cover. This is a reissue on Back on Black. This is actually an old record, well, not an old one, but it's surplus stock from the record store day. You know where I got the Burzum and the Mayhem, the Mysteries Dom Satanus. Well, she got me one of these as well, which I was happy with, because I quite like these. I like the look of them. I'm not a huge fan of Back on Black. They're all right, but they're a bit soulless. But there you go. I like that splatter. So I was pleased she got me that. And to be honest with you, unless I win the lottery, I'm highly unlikely to be able to get a original one. Now bear in mind, if anyone does have a original one they would like me to review on this channel, please send it to my PO Box address, which I will leave in the comments below. I'm only joking, don't worry, I know you wouldn't send it to me, you couldn't trust his face. Okay, there's that one. Now this is an absolute bargain. I love Mercyful Fate and I love King Diamond, and I got this for a £5 on eBay. This is The Beginning by Mercyful Fate, which includes BBC Sessions, The Nuns Have No Fun, EP, and just generally stuff that wasn't on Melissa or Don't Break the Oath. So there's 2 editions of this. This is the UK edition, which has that cover, that picture on the back. And then there's the Dutch copy, which normally has an orange sticker on here, like a hype sticker. And on the back it's got like a black and white photo of them against, I think it's a chain fence, and King's without makeup and he's got dark glasses on. So I'd like to try and get that copy as well. But this is bloody mint. Well, it's almost mint because it's been played. But the sleeve's great. Look, for a real old school black sleeve. This was released in '87. And like I say, there's material on here from '83 and '84. So great. It hasn't got much to show you inside. It's pretty much a Mercyful Fate compilation, but look at that. It's barely, honestly, looking at the vinyl here, it's never really been played. So that was a superb score. If you don't know Mercyful Fate and you like death metal and thrash metal, you might be put off a little bit by the vocals. King Diamond's got a very high pitched shriek, but if you like black metal you should get on with it, I would have thought. So, you know, check these guys out. But if you want to get one album by these guys, get Melissa, because it's their debut album and it's fucking brilliant. Score from a local shop, bit of thrash metal, bit of Kreator, Coma of Souls. There you go, there's the boys on top of a skyscraper somewhere in the world. This album was when Kreator were trying to stretch their wings and become slightly more commercial, sort of chasing the audience that Metallica had left behind a bit. So it's a bit more of a slick album, this one. Includes the lyric insert sheet, which I'll show you, which is quite a nice one actually. Look at that. Nice picture of the band in a cornfield. The lyrics on the back there. You know that, just going off on a tangent, you know, it was very fashionable for metal bands to be photographed in fields in the late 80s and early 90s. I say there's that photo of them there, then there's that photo on the back of Unquestionable Presence by Atheist, of all the bands sat on that grassy hill almost waiting for it's their turn to make a daisy chain. So that was almost de rigueur for metal bands to do. But there you go, Coma of Souls. 15 quid that one cost me, and if you like German thrash with a bit of a Slayer tinge to it, definitely pick it up because it's one of their better records in my opinion. I got another copy of Morbid Angel and I was pleased this time because it's a little different pressing to the one I've got. Now I used to have this pressing years ago and I bought it from new. It actually doesn't include, it includes the lyric as an insert sheet, not as the inner bag. It's a white one, and this is always how I remember this release. There's more of this release with that as the inner bag, if you know what I mean, so the record would go in the top. So I was very, very pleased. I now own both of them now. If you notice with this one, it doesn't include the hype sticker with the suggested retail price, isn't it, of $5.99. Well, I paid a little bit more for this than $5.99, but it's in really good condition. And if you like death metal and you don't own this record, buy it, because this is really in one of the top 4 death metal albums of all time. This, Deicide's debut, Mental Funeral by Autopsy, and probably Left Hand Path by Entombed. If you own those 4, you know a lot about the genre already, so pick this one up. On Earache Records, there's all sorts of presses if you don't want to shell out for the original. This one cost me about 20 quid, which I didn't think was too bad really. It's in good nick. So there's that. Oh, we've got some good stuff to show you in a minute, boys and girls. You're going to like this. You're going to love it, actually. £8 this one cost me. This is an original Earache pressing from 1990. This is Suffer the Children EP by Napalm Death. Mint and unplayed. And actually this one here is a... where's that gone? I did have in here... Oh, here it is. I thought I'd lost it for a minute. That was a bit worrying. It's a promo copy, so it's got a press release which would have been used to... This copy would have been sent out with this paper press release to magazines, TV companies, radio stations, just so they had a bit of info about what they've received, essentially, as opposed to just getting a record in the post and going, all right, who are these guys? Let's research it. Because remember, the internet didn't exist then. Nowadays, bands, I guess, will send this out without a covering letter, and if somebody's interested in playing it, they'll research it online, go on MySpace or Facebook. So this is a three-tracker, sorry. It's Suffer the Children, Siege of Power, and Harmony Corruption. There you go, bargain. Baphomet, thank you very much, Matt, for sending me this. Matt had 2 copies of this from Witch Clan. He had 2 copies of this. This one's a little bit battered, as he described to me. That's absolutely fine, because it plays great. This is The Dead Shall Inherit by Baphomet from Buffalo in New York State. Classic death metal album on the Vile imprint, which was part of Peaceville Records in the UK. This is from 1992. It's got the insert, it's got the inner sleeve, with a nice photo of the band there. None of them work for Homebase. And all the lyrics on there as well. So, as you know, these guys and Suffocation were quite similar in as much as they have very, very down-tuned guitars, very, very guttural vocals. And this is just a classic, one of my favourite albums from my youth. So, check them out. They did change their name on their second release to Banished. Their second album was called Deliver Me Up Unto Pain. Which I've never actually heard that. Perhaps I need to go and try and check that one out. I've always loved this record. It's brilliant. Songwriting's great, playing's great. It's got an awesome cover as well. Death. Who likes a bit of death? I'm talking about these guys. This is another copy. I had to get this. It was so cheap. This is Scream Bloody Gore by Death. This easily goes for £40-50 nowadays. I didn't pay anywhere near that. I think I paid about 18 quid. This is on the Under One Flag label. Almost mint condition. Almost mint condition. This is their first record. It's got the inner sleeve, the Under One Flag inner sleeve, and the vinyl. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful release. Let me just turn my phone off. So I was more than happy to pick that one up. It's just an excellent record. So Scream Bloody Gore by Death. Now the last 2 I have here is Celtic Frost. This is a reissue, an 80s reissue of their Morbid Tales album. Advertises the poster, but the reissue never had it, even though it was hyped on the front. Now this is classic proto death metal. It's a 6-track EP, recorded after the band disbanded Hellhammer and changed their name to Celtic Frost. Great album. There you go. The reissue has some records listed there, and the vinyl is on a black vinyl. This is Noise Records. So I heartily recommend a bit of Celtic Frost to you. They're still going. Well, they've actually quit. Tom Warrior, who's the guitarist and vocalist, along with Martin Eric Ain, who plays bass on this EP, they formed a band called Triptychon, who are brilliant, really, really heavy. So this is absolute classic history in the making there. Celtic Frost's Morbid Tales. The last one, Swedish death metal classic. Finally I own it on vinyl. This is an original pressing on Nuclear Blast, Like an Ever-Flowing Stream. There you go. Bit of Dismember. Absolutely brilliant condition, this one. Brilliant album, brilliant songwriting, great production, great vocals, and Listen, Left Hand Path is all you need to know really if you want to own 2 albums that define Swedish death metal, that and possibly Into the Grave by Grave. It's another great one. There's been loads to be fair, but these 2 are the ones which really get spoke about the most. So there you go, bit of Dismember there for you guys. This one goes for a lot of money. Expect to pay up to about 60 quid for this, but you can be lucky like me and get this for around about £30 in this sort of condition. So I was well pleased to get that. So there you go guys, hope everyone's having a great day. Have a great weekend. It's bank holiday in England and the UK, so everyone enjoy it, have a barbecue, have some fun. So see you until next time for some more videos showcasing my metal collection and also my collection of hose pipes. Cheers.